Across cultures and centuries, people have whispered about a mystery. That the body does not die suddenly. That the soul knows, days before it leaves. Occultists, yogis, Christian mystics, each in their own way, described what happens in the 7 days before death. Not only for the sickbed, but even when death comes suddenly, in an accident or in sleep, the soul prepares, quietly, patiently, like a traveler packing for a journey long before departure. Tonight, we will walk together, day by day, into this secret map of the soul. 7 days before death, something begins. The occult writers called it the loosening of the etheric body. Normally, it clings to the skin like a second layer. But in this week, it stretches outward. To sensitive eyes, the person seems surrounded by a faint mist, as if twilight already wraps them. The yogic texts say the prana, life force, retreats from the extremities and begins to gather at the heart and head. Even animals sense it. A dog may stare. A cat may cling to the person's side. Christian mystics noticed another sign, a sudden stirring of conscience. The Holy Spirit whispers. A man calls an old friend to forgive. A woman settles her debts. Sometimes, without knowing why, people begin to put their house in order. It is as if the soul already knows. 6 days before death, the silver cord, the thread that ties soul to body, begins to tremble. Occult seers said the person may feel strangely detached. They forget themselves. Their eyes look far away. It's as though they are gazing into two worlds at once. The yogis taught that the flow of vital winds reverses. Energy no longer pours outward but pulls upward. The result? A strange vitality. Some who are near death suddenly laugh, eat well, or walk with strength. Families call it a rally, but the ancients said, it is only the flame's last brightness before it fades. Christian testimony speaks of the same mystery, a sudden peace, a sudden faith. Even the unbeliever may feel compelled to pray. This, they said, is grace visiting early. 5 days before death, dreams take on another quality. The occultists called them rehearsals. The astral body leaves the body at night, practicing its escape. Dreams of water, trains, ships, journeys, endless roads, all symbols of departure. The yogic Garuda Purana said ancestors appear at this stage. The dying see them in dreams, smiling, calling them forward. These are not hallucinations. They are guides. Christian mystics, too, recorded this. Street Jerome wrote that the dying man sees what the living cannot. And even today, nurses in hospices hear their patients call to long-dead parents or reach toward invisible hands. The soul has begun to travel before the body lets go. On the 4th day before death, the world begins to fade. Occult writings say the mental body loosens. The person no longer cares for the trivial. Bills, gossip, small troubles, they fall away. Instead, the person may shine. Their words soften, their face glows. Some fall silent altogether. The yogic masters said prana now gathers at the heart chakra. Emotions swell. Some cry easily, others radiate compassion. It is not weakness. It is the soul's deep tenderness as it prepares to leave. In Christian records, even ordinary people were described as luminous. Their faces seemed lit from within. Some rooms filled with fragrance. The ancients called it the visitation of grace. 3 days before death, the veil thins. Occultists wrote that the etheric double already hovers partly outside the body. People dream of floating or find themselves suddenly outside their body during sleep. Near-death survivors often recall slipping away before the actual event, as if rehearsing. Yogis said prana has now nearly abandoned the limbs. Hands and feet grow cold. Sometimes animals circle or stare, sensing what the living cannot. Christians saw this as the moment when angels draw close. Children about to die sometimes smile at corners of the room, waving to unseen visitors. Adults may speak in riddles, blessing those around them without knowing why. 1 foot here, 1 foot already there. 2 days before death, the soul is no longer bound tightly. Occultists said the etheric double floats just above the body, tethered by only the thinnest thread. The person may speak of themselves as if already gone. I won't be here long. When I'm gone, yogic teachers said the prana rises toward the crown of the head. Tingling, heat, or visions of light appear. Where the prana exits, they said, shapes the destiny of the soul. Christians describe the same thing in other words. A holy atmosphere fills the room. Some report seeing light. Others smell roses or hear soft music. These are not delusions, but the escort arriving. On last day, the person is still breathing, but their soul already stands on the threshold. Occultists said the silver cord phrase, and in one final flash, it breaks. The aura dims around the body, but shines bright above the head. Some claim they saw a spark or flame rise at the crown. Yogic texts describe the final breath, a long pause between inhalation and exhalation. Then the prana rises, leaving through the crown, guided toward the light or into the karmic path. Even sudden deaths, they said, pass through this instant, outside of time. Christians say angels stand near. Many witnesses report a last smile, a reaching of hands, a sudden peace on the face. Some rooms are filled with light, others with a stillness so deep it feels sacred. Death is not an ending, it is a crossing. Every tradition agrees. The 7 days are not random decline. They are choreography, a sacred sequence. The occultists spoke of bodies loosening and cords snapping. The yogis spoke of prana rising, ancestors guiding. The Christians spoke of angels escorting the soul home. Different words, one mystery. The soul begins its journey 7 days before the body stops. If you've ever seen a dying person grow calm, dream of the departed, or glow with light, you've witnessed this mystery. These teachings were never meant to frighten. They are a gift, a reminder that we are more than flesh. That death is not chaos, but a passage, rehearsed, guided, and prepared. One day, each of us will walk this path, and when we do, we may remember we have already been here many times, in dreams, in whispers, in signs. Death is not the end. It is the homecoming. Have you ever been with someone in their final days and noticed something unusual? A dream, a light, a sense of peace? Share your story in the comments. It may help someone else who is walking through the same mystery. If this journey spoke to you, and you want to keep exploring the hidden truths of life, spirit, and the mysteries we're never taught, subscribe to this channel. There are many more paths, many more secrets waiting to be told. Let's walk them together.